Are you frustrated by tiny menus and unreadable icons in Photoshop on your 4K monitor? You're not alone. High-resolution screens can make Photoshop's user interface surprisingly small. But today, I'll show you 2 reliable methods to fix this. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to make Photoshop's interface comfortable and easy to use, so you can focus on your creative work without squinting or hunting for buttons. Let's jump right in with the in-app settings. First, open up Photoshop itself. If you're on Windows, look for Edit up in the menu bar, then hover down to Preferences and click on Interface. On a Mac, it's just Photoshop Preferences Interface. Don't rush here. These menus might look different depending on your Photoshop version, but they're always available at the top of the screen. Once you're in the interface preferences, you'll see an option for UI font size. Now, the default might be small or medium, which just isn't enough on a dense 4K display. Go ahead and choose large. In fact, feel free to experiment, but large almost always does the trick on a high-res monitor. There's one crucial box right below, Scale UI to Font. Make sure you check this. This option tells Photoshop not only to enlarge your text, but also to scale the whole interface, buttons, panels, toolbars, so everything stays in proportion. It's a simple adjustment, but it can make a dramatic difference, turning a cluttered or cramped workspace into something genuinely usable. Once you've made those selections, click OK. Don't be surprised if the changes don't show up immediately. You need to fully close Photoshop and restart it for everything to update. Give it a moment here, and when Photoshop reopens, check how the interface looks. If things are beautifully scaled and comfortable to use, you're all set. If you find that some menus or toolbars are still too tiny, or the scaling didn't quite solve your problem, there's another trick you can try at the system level. Now, let's adjust the Windows high DPI settings. Sometimes, especially on very large displays, Photoshop's own preferences can't handle the scaling alone. Here's what you do. First, you need to find the actual Photoshop executable file. If you installed Photoshop in the default location, this will be in your C/Program Files Adobe Photoshop version folder. Look for a file called photoshop.exe. That's the program itself. Right-click on the file and select Properties. In the window that pops up, go to the Compatibility tab. You'll see a button labeled Change High DPI Settings. Click that. A new dialog appears, and this is where the magic happens. Look for Override High DPI Scaling Behavior. Check this box. Below that, there's a drop-down menu. Select System. What this does is tell Windows to scale Photoshop's interface using system-level settings, which can be even more effective than the app's own controls on some screens. Finish by clicking OK, then Apply. Restart Photoshop once again and take a look around. This time, you should see a much more user-friendly workspace. UI elements and text are properly scaled and readable, even on the sharpest 4K display. This system override is especially helpful if you use multiple screens or if Photoshop's own scaling isn't quite enough. And that's it. You've now got 2 dependable ways to make Photoshop's UI actually usable on a modern, high-res monitor. If you found this tutorial helpful, please leave a like and drop any questions you have in the comments below. I'm always here to help. Don't forget to subscribe for more Photoshop tips and solutions. Thanks for watching, and happy creating!